guys, welcome back. And today I'm going to be doing my final 2019 NHL mock draft. Now, the 2019 NHL draft is almost upon us, so which prospects get taken in the top 31 of this NHL draft, and which teams will these prospects go to? Watch till the end to find out. Now, a big thing to note for everyone watching this video is that this is my first round prospect predictions. This is where I think these prospects will go, not where I think they should go. We're going to go straight into it, and for the first overall pick, we already have a controversial one. Whether it's Jack Hughes or Kakko, both are absolutely brilliant players that the New Jersey Devils would love to have. But when it comes to New Jersey Devils, I think they will select first overall Jack Hughes. Now, he's a center, American, age 18, 5'11", 170 pounds. In the USDP, he played 50 games, getting 34 goals, 78 assists for 112 points. When it comes to Jack Hughes, I think he's just a little bit more of a better fit for the New Jersey Devils. Having the top two punching centers of Jack Hughes and Newhook will set them up for a long time, and of course, set them up for some playoff success. Going on to the second overall pick, the easiest pick in the draft, the New York Rangers select the easy pick, Kakko. He's a right winger, Finnish born prospect, age 18. He is 6'2", 190 pounds. He broke records in the Liga with his U18 numbers, playing 45 games, getting 22 goals, 16 assists for 38 points. When it comes to Kakko, he's my favorite player in the draft, the best prospect I think in this NHL draft, and he fits beautifully with the New York Rangers. Again, I think being the best player in this entire NHL draft. Going on to the third overall pick, the Chicago Blackhawks, I think, will select Byram. He's a defenseman, a Canadian at age 17, 6 foot, 194 pounds. In the WHL, he played 67 games with the Vancouver Giants, getting 26 goals, 45 assists for 71 points. When it comes to Chicago Blackhawks, I think it's down to two guys, Turcotte and Byram. But when it comes to who is more likely to go to Chicago, I see that being Byram. When it comes to Chicago, again, they might want more of an NHL-ready player, and Byram certainly is that. Going on to the fourth overall pick, the Colorado Avalanche, I think, will select Alex Turcotte. He's a center, American, age 18, 5'11", 185 pounds. In the USDP, he played 37 games, getting 27 goals, 35 assists for 62 points. When it comes to Colorado, they would love to have a guy like Alex Turcotte if he's available. I think Byram is a little bit of a better fit, but Alex Turcotte certainly isn't bad, probably being the third best forward in this draft. Going on to the fifth overall pick, the LA Kings, I think, will select Cozens. He's a center, a Canadian at age 18, 6'3", 181 pounds. In the WHL with the Lethbridge Hurricanes, he played 68 games, getting 34 goals, 50 assists for 84 points, and he fits the LA Kings style of hockey. Their brand, if you want to say. He's physical, but he also has a lot of skill to boot with that. And while he is more of a physical player, he is a big player, he has some serious talent, and will likely be the successor of Anze Kopitar. Going on to the sixth overall pick, and I think the Detroit Red Wings will select Trevor Zegras. He's a center, American at age 18, 6 foot, 168 pounds. And when it comes to Trevor Zegras, he's had an excellent season, playing 60 games, getting 26 goals, 61 assists for 87 points. Now, obviously, Detroit obviously has the big-time American center in Dylan Larkin, but why not add another? Larkin is fantastic as well, and if he does develop right, behind Larkin would be one of the best second centers in the entire league. Going on to number 7, and the Buffalo Sabres, I think, will select Cole Caufield. He's a right winger, American, at age 18, 5'7", 163 pounds. In the USDP, he played 64 games, getting 72 goals, 28 assists for 100 points flat. And when it comes to Cole Caufield, the skill is definitely there. I think Buffalo will take a winger no matter what, but Cole Caufield definitely fits their mold. He'll break some of the scoring issues, especially depth-wise, in the next few years, and while he is smaller, he should be an excellent forward and should directly translate to the NHL game, just like a guy like Alex DeBrincat. Going on to the 8th overall pick, and I think the Edmonton Oilers will select Peyton Krebs. He is a left winger slash center at age 18, Canadian. He, in the WHL, put up some solid numbers, playing 64 games, getting 19 goals, 49 assists for 68 points on the terrible Kootenay ice. When it comes to Peyton Krebs, I think he fixes a lot of Edmonton's issue. I think they will, again, go for a winger, whether it's Cole Caufield or Peyton Krebs. I think it's between those two guys. And when it comes to Krebs, he has a lot of effort, a lot of skill, and was going on the worst teams in the entire CHL. So he knows how to handle being on bad teams, and of course he was the captain of that team, so he'll go to the Edmonton Oilers quite great. Being on that terrible team, he'll fit right in. Going on to number 9, and the Anaheim Ducks, I think, will select Dach. He's a center, Canadian, age 18, 6'4", 198 pounds. In the WHL with Saskatoon, he played 62 games, getting 25 goals, 48 assists for 72 points. And when it comes to Dach, he's been somewhat loosely compared to a guy like Ryan Getzlaf, who obviously is on the Anaheim Ducks. When it comes to Anaheim, I think in this draft, they want to get their next first-line center, and Dach does have the potential. If he rounds out some of his inconsistencies and some of his skating issues, I think he can be a first-line center. He definitely has the talent to be that. Now, finishing up the top 10 with number 10, and the Vancouver Canucks, I think, will select Matthew Boldy. He's a left winger, an American at age 18, 6'2", 198 pounds. In the USDP, he played 64 games, getting 33 goals, 48 assists for 81 points. When it comes to Matthew Boldy, he is the complete Swiss Army knife of this 2019 NHL draft. The offense that he has is through the roof. So many different capabilities, and the Vancouver Canucks can definitely use that. As a winger, I think they will go for a winger or a defenseman, but Matthew Boldy definitely fits that team. I think he's a great fit and will be in the next few years. Going on to number 11, and the Philadelphia Flyers, I think, will select Victor Soderstrom. He's a defenseman, Swedish-born prospect at age 18, 5'11", 198 pounds, and in the SHL, he played 44 games, getting 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. When it comes to the Philadelphia Flyers, I think it's between two guys, Philip Broberg and Victor Soderstrom. I think they're going for a defenseman in this draft, unless some guy like Krebs or Caufield is available, which I'm not really sure if that's going to happen with them. When it comes to Victor Soderstrom, though, he'd be a great fit there. When it comes to Philadelphia, they got a ton of fantastic young players, especially in that forward group, but I think the defense core on that prospect side is a little bit lacking. But adding a guy like Victor Soderstrom would definitely round it out. Now going on to number 12, and the Minnesota Wild, I think, will select Philip Tomasino. He's a center, age 17, 6', 181 pounds, Canadian-born prospect. In the OHL, he played 67 games, getting 34 goals, 38 assists, 472 points. And this is probably the biggest rise of the draft so far. The Minnesota Wild, I think, need a big-time center and a guy that has potential to be a first-line center for them. And Tomasino, I can think, filled that bill. When it comes to the potential of Tomasino, he's very interesting. He was very young. He was on a pretty good team, but put up some very good stats, and I was very impressed by what I saw of him. I think the potential for him is pretty high, and when it comes to Minnesota Wild, I think they think the same too. Going on to 13, the Florida Panthers, I think, will select Philip Broberg. He's a defenseman, Swedish-born prospect at age 17, 6'3", 203 pounds. In the Allsvenskan, he played 44 games, getting 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points. And when it comes to Philip Broberg, I personally am not the biggest fan of him. He's a solid skater, but I think the skills kind of need to be rounded out if he needs to become that first defenseman. But I think Florida is the kind of team to take a risk on him. They need defensive prospects. On the forward side, they are completely set in the now and in the future. So I think the time is to take a defenseman or a goaltender. I'm not sure they're going to take Spencer Knight. I don't really believe those rumors. So I think they'll go for a defenseman. I think they should probably go for more guy like a Cam York. But Philip Broberg, if he fills his potential, will likely be a first or second defenseman, which is pretty great for a 13th overall pick. Going on to 14th overall, and the Arizona Coyotes, I think, will select Alex Newhook. He's a center, Canadian-born prospect at age 18. He is 5'11", 190 pounds. In the BCHL, he played 53 games, getting 38 goals, 64 assists for 102 points. And while he did play in the BCHL, I'm not sure if we should really worry with that for him, to be honest. The talent for him is through the roof. He has a ton of puck handling skills, and the offensive potential for him to be a first-line center is pretty high. But with the Arizona Coyotes, again, 14th is around the place where I expect Alex Newhook to be, and Arizona could use a player like that, the future first-line center for them. And they pretty much need everything, especially in that prospect pool. You need another guy that really jumps off the map. But when it comes to Arizona, while they drafted Barrett Hayton a year ago, I still think they'll want to go for another center, and Alex Newhook definitely fits the bill. Going on to 15th overall, the Montreal Canadiens, I think, will select Cam York. He's a defenseman, an American at age 18, 5'11", 176 pounds. And when it comes to his USDP stats, they were very good this season, playing 63 games, getting 14 goals, 15 assists for 65 points. And when it comes to Cam York, the offense potential is certainly there. And as for a defenseman, he has some serious skills that Montreal especially could use. The left side of the defense is pretty weak, and adding a guy like Cam York to that defense would do wonders for them. While I could see them maybe going for a winger, guys like Kaapo possibly, I feel like a guy like Cam York is what they'll go for, even if it isn't the best decision out of the players available. Heading on to 16th overall, the Colorado Avalanche, I think, will select Vasily Podkolzin. He's a right winger, Russian-born prospect at age 17, 6'1", 190 pounds, and Vasily Podkolzin is pretty much one of the most controversial prospects in this draft. He hasn't really had too much of a sample size in a lot of different leagues, played in the World Juniors, recently in the U18s, wasn't too impressive. I feel like with Vasily Podkolzin, his stock is definitely dropping. For a lot of people, he was a 3rd overall pick for most of the season. I never really got that hype, to be honest, and now he's starting to fall down, I think, with a lot of NHL teams, but I think the Colorado Avalanche are willing to take the risk on him. He's a boom or bust prospect for sure, but if he fulfills his potential, likely will be a first-line forward for the Colorado Avalanche. Going on to 17th overall, the Vegas Golden Knights, I think, will select Pavel Dorofeyev. He's a left winger / right winger, Russian-born prospect at age 18, 6 foot, 163 pounds. When it came to his NHL stats, he played 19 games this season, getting 17 goals, 14 assists for 31 points. But Pavel Dorofeyev is a human highlight reel. I'm personally pretty in love with him for how well he plays the game. Offensively, he has so much going for him. And the Vegas Golden Knights obviously have established a pretty good Russian connection, having Nikita Gusev and signing him. That is pretty big. And getting another Russian, I wouldn't be surprised of that. Whether Vasily Podkolzin drops and they get him, I think could happen. But I think Pavel Dorofeyev fits very well on that Vegas team and will be an excellent forward for years to come. Going on to 18th overall, the Dallas Stars, I think, will select Nils Hoglander. He's a left winger, Swedish-born prospect at age 18, 5'9", 185 pounds. In the SHL, he played 50 games, getting 7 goals, 7 assists for 14 points. And you guys know, or at least some of you guys know, I'm a Dallas Stars fan. They're my first favorite team. I would absolutely love Nils Hoglander on Dallas, but Dallas has a lot of options. At number 18, there's a lot of different prospects to choose from, some very solid prospects as well. But like Nils Hoglander would be a great pick. They're in need of some wing prospects, especially forward prospects, I would say. And Nils Hoglander, the skill that he brings could directly translate to the NHL, even if he is a smaller forward. Going on to 19th overall, the Ottawa Senators, I think, will select Moritz Seider. He's a defenseman, German-born prospect at age 18, 6'4", 198 pounds. In the DEL, he won DEL Rookie of the Year, playing 29 games, getting 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. I personally am a big fan of Moritz Seider and what he brings. I think he's personally one of the best defensemen in this draft, and the Ottawa Senators, I think so too. I think he's a decent fit in Ottawa. If he develops right, and Ottawa develops him right as well, he could be an excellent guy to pair along with Thomas Chabot for that future. He's a German prospect, which you don't see too often, especially going that high, but he has a talent too, and I would be surprised if he even slips to Ottawa at 19th overall. Moving on to 20th overall, the New York Rangers, I think, will select Ville Heinola. He's a defenseman, Finnish-born prospect at age 18, 5'11", 181 pounds. When it comes to his Liga stats, he played 34 games, getting 2 goals, 12 assists for 14 points, and already you have Kakko going to New York Rangers, which is a pretty great possibility. Why not just add that Finnish connection? Ville Heinola, again, New York has a little bit of a weakness, I would say, defensively, especially prospect-wise, besides a guy like Keandre Miller. But adding a guy like Ville Heinola will do a lot of good there. He could be a potential top 2 pick in the future if he smooths out some of his skating issues, but the skill is definitely there, and he showed it so far in the Liga this year. Now going on to 21st overall, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think, will select Bobby Brink. He's a right winger, American at age 17. He is 5'10", 163 pounds. In the USDP, he played 43, or USHL, he played 43 games this season, getting 35 goals, 33 assists for 68 points. And Bobby Brink is a fantastic prospect. One of the better and one of my favorite prospects in this draft. But I'm just telling you right now, if Pittsburgh gets him, watch out, because he is an absolute perfect Pittsburgh Penguin. If he gets slotted around a guy like Sidney Crosby, I think he would be a perfect line mate of him. Speedy, skilled, and fast. He does everything the Pittsburgh Penguins want and more. Going on to 22nd overall, and the LA Kings, I think, will select Arthur Kaliyev. He is a left winger, American-born prospect, age 17, 6'2", 190 pounds. In the OHL this season with the Hamilton Bulldogs, he put up some great numbers, playing 67 games, getting 51 goals, 51 assists for 102 points. Arthur Kaliyev is a big-time scorer and goal scorer, of course, and that's something that the LA Kings need. While Arthur Kaliyev will be a little bit skeptical of him dropping down to 22nd overall, I can definitely see it happening, since people are more prioritizing skill and speed. Arthur Kaliyev has some of that, but certainly not the speed part. But he does fit LA in the sense that they need more scoring, and Arthur Kaliyev has shown to bring that so far in the OHL. Going on to 23rd overall, the New York Islanders, I think, will select Jacob Pelletier. He's a left winger at age 18, 5'9", 161 pounds, Canadian-born prospect. In the QMJHL, he played 65 games, getting 39 goals, 50 assists for 89 points. I'm a pretty big fan of Pelletier and what he brings. While obviously he is a smaller forward, I think he fits the New York Islanders brand. They already have quite a bit of an establishment throughout the QMJHL, having guys like Noah Dobson already. I'm not sure if they're going to go for another defensive prospect. I'd be pretty concerned if they do it again. I think they're going to go for another forward, and Jacob Pelletier certainly fits that bill. Going on to 24th overall, the Nashville Predators, I think, will select Raphael Lavoie. He is a right winger prospect, age 18, Canadian-born prospect, 6'4", 198 pounds. In the QMJHL, he played 62 games, getting 32 goals, 41 assists for 73 points. He was a beast throughout the playoffs as well with the Halifax Mooseheads. And when it comes to Lavoie, I'm not the biggest fan of him per se. The speed and the skating isn't really his strong suit whatsoever, but he does have some skill. The hockey IQ is pretty strong with him as well. And when it comes to Nashville Predators, again, they don't really need that first round pick, but if they want to restock some of that forward core, adding a guy like Lavoie would do a pretty solid job at that. Going on to 25th overall, and the Washington Capitals, I think, will select Ryan Suzuki. He's a center prospect at age 18, Canadian-born prospect as well. 6 foot, 176 pounds. In the OHL, he played 65 games, getting 25 goals, 50 assists for 75 points with the pretty Badberry Colts. And obviously, Washington already has the top two centers in Backstrom and Kuznetsov. But Backstrom is starting to get a little bit older. Kuznetsov will likely be the first center on that team for a few more years at least. But getting another guy to be that second-line center, kind of like Kuznetsov came up with the Washington Capitals, I think would be a wise idea. Ryan Suzuki, I think, is more of a second-line center than a first-line center, but he also has potential to be a first-line center if needed. The skill is there, and the hockey IQ is certainly there with Ryan Suzuki. Going on to 26 overall, and the Calgary Flames will select the first goaltender in the draft, Spencer Knight. He's a goaltending prospect at age 18, 6'4", 198 pounds, American-born prospect as well. In the USDP, he played 33 games, getting a 2.36 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. But Spencer Knight has the potential to be one of the best goaltenders in the league. He is the best goaltender in this draft by quite a big margin. I think he will be the only goaltender selected in the first round. I think when it comes to the 20 to 31 range, there will be at least one team that selects him, and the Calgary Flames obviously have that goalie need. Going on to 27th overall, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, I think, will select Nicholas Robertson. He's a left winger at age 17, 5'9", 161 pounds, an American-born prospect. In the UHL with the Petersburg Petes, he played 54 games, getting 27 goals, 28 assists for 55 points. And when it comes to Nicholas Robertson, I'm a big fan of him. The skill that he has, the potential he has, is through the roof. And getting him at 27th overall would not just be a good one, but a great pick for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Going on to 28th overall, and the Carolina Hurricanes, I think, will select Nathan Legare. He is a right-wing prospect at age 18, 6 foot, 201 pounds, Canadian-born prospect. In the QMJHL, he played 68 games, getting 45 goals, 42 assists for 87 points. And when it comes to Nathan Legare, he is one of my favorite prospects in this draft. He's an absolute sniper, creates a lot of his own opportunities. And when it comes to Carolina Hurricanes, I think they will want some more forward prospects. Whether they go for Nathan Legare, of course, is up in the air. I think they will. I don't think they'll go for another defensive prospect. I don't think they will take Spencer Knight, even if he is available. But I feel like Nathan Legare is a good fit and would finish some of these chances that they've been scoring over the past year. Going on to 29th overall, and the Anaheim Ducks, I think, will select Matthew Robertson. He's a defensive prospect at age 18, 6 foot, 176 pounds, Canadian-born prospect as well in the WHL. In the WHL with the Edmonton Oil Kings, he played 52 games, getting 7 goals, 26 assists for 33 points. When it comes to Robertson, I'm personally not the biggest fan of him, not as big a fan as some other people. I probably have him going in the second round of my personal rankings, but I could definitely see him going in the first round. It seems like Anaheim obviously gets a guy early in the draft. I think it is Kirby Dach, so I think they will want to go for another defensive prospect, and Matthew Robertson isn't too big of a reach at number 29. Going on to 30th overall, and the Buffalo Sabres have the St. Louis pick, so I think the Buffalo Sabres will select Braden Tracy. He is a left winger at age 18, Canadian-born prospect, 6 foot, 176 pounds. In the WHL, he had a very impressive season with Moose Jaw, playing 66 games, getting 36 goals, 45 assists for 81 points. I feel like Braden Tracy should be a first-round prospect. He was in the second and third round for a lot this year, and then just completely went on a tear in the last few months. I think he will go in the first first round. I think he deserves to go in the first round. The Buffalo Sabres obviously still have a winger need. They already get Cole Caufield, and I think Brayden Tracy will be a great add to that already pretty solid prospect pool. Now, for the last pick in the first round, the 31st overall pick, I think the Boston Bruins will select Albin Graviteh. He is a right-wing prospect, age 18, Swedish-born prospect, 6 foot, 190 pounds. And when it comes to Albin Graviteh, he is an absolute monster. At the Combine recently, he compared himself to the man, the myth, the legend, Brad Marchand, and that's pretty interesting. Now, he was in the SHL for about 15 games, didn't really get too much playing time, so he wasn't giving too much of an opportunity. In these Swedish junior leagues, he put up a ton of penalty minutes and was an absolute madman. I think he has a similar style to a guy like Brad Marchand. I think Boston is taking note of that. If they don't trade their first round pick, which is a decent possibility, it won't be too much of a reach to select Albin. And when it comes to Graviteh, obviously he compares himself to Brad Marchand, might as well be his teammate at that point. But that is my complete top 31 NHL mock draft. Again, keep in mind these are not my prospect rankings. These are where I think these guys will go, not where I think they should go. But this first round should be very, very interesting. Again, this 2019 NHL draft is pretty solid with a lot of solid talent in the first round, and a lot of teams could make that happen. When it comes to the later of the first round especially, there's a lot of different possibilities, and this draft should be especially fun to watch. But of course, with this video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So, let me know, what do you think about the 2019 NHL draft? What do you think about my picks in the top 31? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know. And of course, when it comes to the mock draft, which prospects do you think go where? But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my video Kakko versus Jack Hughes and why I still prefer Kakko. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on my mock draft, what you agree with and what you disagree with in your mock draft as well. And I'll see you guys next video or stream. Goodbye.